You've got the desire to serve your country and really want to be involved in aviation. But which branch do you pick? Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, or Space Force? You might be surprised to learn this, or not, but every single branch has some aviation work. The Army has some fixed-wing work, but most of the Army's work is in rotorcraft. The Air Force has the greatest variety and is most well known for your ability to work on everything from fighter jets to massive cargo aircraft and even turboprop and piston aircraft, some rotorcraft even. Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard all have a healthy mix of helicopters, big jets, and small jets, even some turboprop and regular piston aircraft platforms. Whichever branch you choose, for the most part, your job is at the mercy of the needs of that branch. From my own personal experience, it seems the Army has the most freedom in your ability to select exactly what job you want to take, though I have heard from friends in other branches that you can still request specific military occupations in every other branch. If you've enlisted recently, gone through the process in the last couple of years, or are currently separating from one of the other branches, and you want to drop a comment below and let me know about your experience with choosing your own job, go ahead and do so. Regardless of your branch of enlistment, the basic processes are all the same. You talk to the recruiter, decide on your occupation, take the ASVAB. Then, based on your scores, your recruiter will try to point you to whatever job they need to fill the most that your scores fit within. You'll probably need to be pretty firm in your decision, and sometimes might even need to wait for an opening in the occupation that you want. Your recruiter will reserve your slot in that job, and then you'll get sent off to your branch's initial entry training, or basic. Once you have completed that program, which is usually between 8 and 12 weeks long, you'll move on to your individual job training, where you'll learn all the specifics about your job that you picked. If you have any existing mechanical aptitude, you might end up feeling like completely checking out at this point. The courses are written in a way that can teach someone who's never touched a wrench before how to use tools. And speaking as someone who had a more general occupation, where the main duties were inspection and maintenance of the aircraft as an entire unit, I felt the programs lacked a lot of nuance, and more detailed troubleshooting or repairs were left to be learned when you reached your unit. I can't speak to any of the other military occupational specialties that are more specific, but considering how short these courses are compared to a Part 147 degree program or an apprenticeship, it's no surprise that it was lacking in certain places. They need to fill your brain and train your muscle memory in the shortest time possible and push you through to your unit so you can accomplish missions there. My best advice when you're getting to your unit is to make friends with the other shops like airframe, prop and rotor, hydraulics, avionics, and engine shop, especially if you want to leave the military and earn your certificates afterwards, or earn your certificates while you're in. You'll have a much more broad and comprehensive knowledge of aviation maintenance. Plus, you'll make great friends who will help you out along the way later in life. I learned a lot from my friends in other shops, worked hard at some skills, and slacked off in others. That effort, or lack of effort in some cases, really showed through when I went to fill in my gaps in my knowledge and skills before taking my A&P oral and practicals. The main thing to remember on this journey is to always be learning. Understand that while you are in the military, you will feel like you have very little control to no control over your life or your decisions. Sometimes you'll be performing tasks for no other reason than you were told to do so, and it'll be difficult to deal with, especially if you're like me and you need a justification or to understand why you're doing something rather than just being told to accomplish it. Find the things during your time in service that push you through to the next day and build on those things. Be smart with your time and your money. Money management is a skill that a lot of us lack, especially in the military, and it gets a lot of us into trouble over time. I'm currently digging myself out of my own financial poor decisions. Most importantly, set goals and achieve them. Take the extra time to make a plan. Even if you have to change the plan frequently as the military uproots you and moves you around or forces you to cancel things for training or deployments. Having that plan will keep you on a trajectory that will help you grow and improve, not just in your aviation knowledge or your skills, but also your skills as a soldier as well, or a airman or Marine or corpsman or whatever your branch calls you. Every military branch has programs while you're still in or are transitioning back to civilian life, which are designed to help you get your certificates. They're not always publicized, especially the programs that you'll utilize while getting out of the military. So go ahead as soon as you get to your duty station and find the education center. Talk to them as soon as you possibly can and find out what your options are for continued education. Do not let yourself stagnate. The more you put off personal development while in the military, the harder it is to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, whether that's reaching your 20-year retirement or getting your A&P and getting out, or just getting your experience, getting your A&P and getting out. I would love to go into more specifics about all the different military occupations that involve aircraft work, but then we'd be here all day and my retention graphs show that you guys like things short and to the point. So check out your favorite branch's website and get the lowdown on all the different jobs there. I'm willing to bet that you'll find at least one job that interests you. One major piece of advice I will never stop giving to someone who is interested in joining the military is to keep what we like to refer to as an I Love Me book. This book includes every award, certificate, memo, medical document, or piece of paper that might be important down the road. Never throw anything away. I also recommend regularly printing copies of the maintenance record as you go through your career and keeping that with your I Love Me book. It's not nearly as important as a medical document, but when you go to take your tests and you want to get your 8610-2 signed, having that paperwork, that documentation of all the maintenance you have performed, when you go to the FSDO for them to look over, will make the process a lot easier and get you the ability to take your airframe, powerplant, and general certificates. I have known people recently to be turned away for not having any of this documentation other than their graduation from their individual job training and a piece of paper that says they reached their unit this time and they had this much experience. If you felt like this video was helpful, give it a like. And if you'd like to learn more about aviation, go ahead and check out this video to my left. Thanks for coming. See you later.